Hey, what's going on, everybody? You are tuning back into T. I don't think we have a need for another introduction because we are jam packed with a lot of information today. So I think we should just already go ahead into it. Joined by our guest tonight. You already know who it is, Meg. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, my pleasure. Let's get to it.
Justice for Sino. Where were we in that? We had just started getting into the story, actually.
Right.
So we had just started talking about Jeremy Decker, 44-year-old Everett man who attended the courthouse, protested, then decided to confront the marchers, according to court testimony. He loaded up his truck with guns, drove to the hotel where they were staying, and shot at the building. According to police, no one was injured, and Decker was arrested and charged with felony possession of a weapon.
White supremacy 101. Here we are.
During a hearing in Decker's case, one woman said Decker went to the courthouse that day because posts online claimed activists were vandalizing property, robbing homes, or trespassing, and that they were planning to come back to Bedford to burn down the courthouse. Again, untrue, set out to cause mass hysteria within the community. Well, none of these posts or rumors were true. Quote, "This is a very conservative area," he said in March, pointing to a row of Trump election signs still erected a block away. "You don't see a lot of black people around here, and there's a reason for it, because they're not welcome."
This is the 22nd century. That is bullcrap. I believe everybody should be welcomed. This is America, not KKK. This is America.
No, this is America with 3 motherfucking K's. You already know it, and they don't call it Kentucky for a reason. Let's not sugarcoat it. Many residents between Shelbyville and Bedford still maintain that the marchers only came through to start trouble, despite any evidence to substantiate that claim. To Andre Holsey, an Altoona resident and outreach director for the local racial activist group Progress for the People of Color, it's easy for people to cling to false narratives because the region's racist history is underreported and less talked about in Bedford. Holsey remembers being at the courthouse in 2004 when his family moved to the borough temporarily and seeing members of the Ku Klux Klan handing out pamphlets similar to what was reported last year in Greene County. Quote, "It is no secret that Bedford has some pretty deep-rooted racist ties," he said. "People generally know that black folks don't go to Bedford. It's the social consensus around here." Wow, yo. You there, Meg?
I sure am. I apologize. I was having some technical difficulties, but Bedford is definitely not the place. Apparently, they do not like black people, which is very prejudiced, racist, and socially unacceptable these days.
talk about it.
Man, I be so mad at these racist fucks for real.
So I had to take a sip of my tea. I got a little choked up.
Nope, you're good.
I had to throw you on mute.
You know, I be spitting knowledge. But these towns really, like, there have been, and I mean, anybody that lives in the South knows, there's signs down there that tells Black people not to go out at night. Until we talk about what this nation has set itself up to be, we're not going to have any change. We have to be the change.
Facts.
You know, Black people have been painted for years as criminals. That is not always the case. There is educated, very intelligent Black people and people of all races. We all, at the end of the day, we all bleed the same. And that's something that needs to be talked about. Black people do not need to be feared. People of, you know, different colors should not be feared. We are one of the same. We are the people.
So before this particular announcement, members of Bedford's activist community questioned why Childers Potts did not file charges when she got the investigation.
Because just like Childers Potts, but just as well as the DA prior to her, they're corrupt. He got thrown out of being the DA. They reprimanded him, took his license and everything. What makes you think the apple doesn't fall far from the tree? Let's talk about that.
All right now.
Sip my tea over here, my business.
Right. So the DA has the information she needs, said Peggy Ryman, a resident of Bedford Borough, said, what we know is that shots were fired across a federal highway into a crowd, and the details we still don't know. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Anyway, some answers were questions for some months. I'm like reconfiguring Alan Cashaw, the president of Johnstown chapter of the NAACP, has viewed each of the marchers as victims in the shooting, noting that mothers and young children traveled with them that night. He was pleased to see that charges listed in the criminal complaint reflected that, but they are not satisfied, he said. Quote, why is a man who was being fired at being charged with aggravated assault if someone else shot first? Said, was this in self-defense? Because Orsino Thurman is a Black man in a racist, corrupt town. Because Thurman, a Milwaukee man, was not yet arraigned on his charges, the criminal complaint against him was apparently still sealed Friday afternoon. The Myers affidavit listed on several occasions that people witnessed Thurman firing a gun and one of Myers' vehicles being struck, but did not add many other details. To add, Thurman was shot in the face by Myers. In Pennsylvania, that should qualify under PA criminal codes and procedure as attempted homicide. Myers, a white man, later had all charges dropped as soon as he testified against Mr. Thurman. Corrupt much, Bedford? We can get into that too. Let's talk about that, bro. Actually, no, let's save that for the juicy parts for later on. Because there's a lot of pinkies up, motherfuckers. There's a lot of conspiracy and corruption going on. And when we tell y'all, I ain't gonna like what y'all hear.
We gonna uncover the wolves from your eyes today, honey. It's coming.
Let's get it. Cashaw was also skeptical of the timing because after 2 months of the state police report sitting there on her desk, I can't help but wonder if the pressure of being revealed prompted this today, he said. That's concerning. Some marchers were incensed with the results of the investigation. I don't understand why Thurman would be charged with anything because he was our security person, said Kenneth McNair, one of the marchers. Quote, if Myers didn't come out, none of this would have happened.
Right.
And though our marchers such as Tory Lowe are happy that Myers was charged, they say that Childers Potts leveling harsher penalties against the lone victim in the shooting continues to add to the narrative that the marchers were in the wrong that night.
Right. How can they do that? Like, that's just a good question for the audience. If you were the victim in a crime, how can you be charged with an aggravated offense?
Yo, this happens all the time. We see it happen every day, and anyone that has been charged with something really stupid. Like, for example, earlier this year, I was charged with, let's not get into that. I talked about it. Go look at the earlier episodes. I got charged with stuff I shouldn't have got charged with. Something that had nothing to do with me. But then you look at Twitter, you look at Facebook. When someone calls me a nigger and I clap back and call them cracker, who gets banned? Me or
Right.
them?
You.
Exactly.
Because how dare you talk to a white person like that? They want you to be their slave still.
Talk about it.
And that's bullshit. We're in the 22nd century.
Speaking of wanting someone to still be a slave, we do have a story that we will be breaking into in the next few days when we have time. Hopefully we can get it to it before we go down to Mississippi, because that's going to be taking up all of the news time. But let me finish this out. Even though it's great she charged Myers, her charging Thurman says there's still something wrong with what we did, which is not true. Lowe says she's trying to make all sides pay for the wrong that happened because of Terry Myers. Terry Myers is still guilty, y'all.
He wanted to take the law into his own hands whenever it was not his job, because he was not in danger. If he was in danger, the situation and the narrative would be different. But he was not in danger. He approached the protesters. So with that being said, he brought the situation on himself, in my opinion.
We need transparency and accountability, y'all. We need justice for Sino, and we need this man behind bars. It's time for the crimes that he committed against.
Right, and this is a hate crime,
Right.
because it's based on the color of his skin.
Right, they were, but it wasn't even like they were reorganizing to keep going. It wasn't like they were even bothered with him. You know what I'm saying? They weren't antagonizing him. They weren't doing anything wrong on his property. They weren't even really on the property.
Right.
Get a chance. We're going to show some footage too, not today, but we will be showing some footage at some point. We are waiting for us to go live for a Live at 5 special episode that you do not want to miss. I don't know why I did not put the flyer up here, but I will in a second. Because you do not want to miss this. It has everything to do with Jaheim McMillan and the case, the situation going on down there in Gulfport, Mississippi. So we are just waiting for them to go live so that we can restream the episode. But in the meantime, I wanted to run through a few things while we have the chance. Now, to raise awareness for Sino's case and what's going on with him, in tandem with needing us to get gear and equipment and make sure that we are safe and straight getting down to Mississippi. We are raising funds and we are selling gear. So you can DM us on Facebook, text us at 484-909-0873, or email us at leonblock@gmail.com. And we would love to hear from you. We can let you know the prices and details of how to get this out to you so that you can be seen in your Black Lives Matter gear and show support for the movement, show support for Sino, and show support for justice for Jaheim, all at the same time. Now, I did want to remind y'all, we've got tonight at midnight on the show, Day One, poet, lyricist, activist, podcast host of the show, The Rendezvous and Philosopher, joins us again for another Black Talk session. You do not want to miss this. Catch it on Vibes tonight at midnight. And then we also have tomorrow Mikey Wiseman coming on the show. Vibes as well, 7:30. Both these are at Eastern Standard Time. You do not want to miss it. Again, we'll be heading down to Mississippi to show support and justice for Jaheim, justice for Rasheem as well. And if you get a chance, throw the link in the comments for the GoFundMe. If you would like to be a guest on the show, if you have any information, please DM us, text us, or email us. The information is at the bottom of the screen. If you would like to donate or would like to hit us up with any sponsorship or advertisement opportunities, if you have, you can hit us up at any of the information at the bottom of the screen as well. Now, from one of our investigative reporters and photojournalists, correspondents to Leon Media, representing Stay True and Revolt, aka Star Leslie Sabatino, gave us this information straight out of Baltimore. The world is crazy, y'all. And, since the pandemic, things have only
gotten worse and up, and there is a lot more crime community behind doors than you would ever believe. But a judge seals the report naming 158 priests credibly accused of abuse. Hmm. How's that? I hear that I sound muffled. Mic check, mic check. How do I sound? Do I need to turn it up? Let me know. I mean, girl, you could just hop on and say that. All right, so I'm just gonna keep going. If you could let me know how I sound, or it might be
Will do.
how do I sound now?
You're good.
Okay, let me change up the feed, see if that works. Turn it down a little bit. Judge seals report naming 158 priests credibly accused of abuse, 600 plus confirmed underage victims. The school where most of this occurred was closed down in 2016, but an elementary school in the same building did not close until last year. One of the central
Wow.
one of the central accused figures was sent overseas by the Catholic Church and died unprosecuted in 2001. So we will have a full detailed article coming to you soon via Leslie Sabatino. Thank you for that information. Appreciate it. We will keep you posted. Now, we are, again, waiting for this live at 5. Let me just check to see if he's live right now. Oh, yep, he's live right now. It's time to go get it.
Yep, let's get it.
Let's get it. All right. So for everyone who is not aware, Meg, could you run it on down for everyone who's not aware, Jaheim McMillan and the case really quick?
Yeah, so Jaheim McMillan, a 15-year-old Gulfport, Mississippi native, was shot and killed by police outside Family Dollar. And they still have not released the tapes, and there has been no accountability, transparency, and we are demanding justice be served for Jaheim. He was 15 years old, shot in the head by a police officer. This baby did not deserve that.
Keep going. Right.
And what we learned as well was the uncle of Jaheim, Marvin, was also deadly or fatally shot by police as well. So this has been a long-standing issue within Gulfport that definitely needs to be, taken a look at with a, fine-tooth comb.
Peace. How we doing? Got an earpiece in today, so it may be a little difficult to hear me, but I'm gonna speak up. I'll speak as loud as I can, and as clear as I can today. I'm gonna be straight to the point. I'm gonna get right to it. We have some things we need to address.
Yes.
And when I say we, I mean us as the people. So let's get to it. Let's address this issue. Not even address the issue. Let's come with the solution, because that's what we're coming with, the solution. Let's go, y'all. Peace. Let's share it up. Let's do that. Let's get heard, y'all. That's how we made it this far, being heard. Let's share. This is also a 2-part segment. As we can see what's going to happen on the second part. I just want to give a brief description of what's going on, what we're doing, what the team is doing. I said team. Ain't that amazing? Yeah, what the team is doing, and we're impacting families, and how these families are in need of us, the people. You're going to hear a lot tonight, and I want you to understand something and remember something. We act as the people. And when I say the people, I mean the people that are out there, boots on the ground, crying tears, shedding blood. That's me. That's us. That's the team that we have built. That's the team that we have together. That's us, the people. Us as the people, this is our time. we are calling on the people. These families are calling on the people. I've been fortunate enough to be included in this change, and I'm thankful for the people that included me. Thank you. I believe it's my time. It's definitely my time.
Yes.
It's my time to stand tall. I've been through enough. I've said enough. I've observed enough. I've seen enough. I've heard enough. And at this point, it's all hands on deck. So I come at this part of the live, letting the people know that now is the time. We need to stand up. Are we done yet with seeing our people being killed? Are we done yet with seeing the people, humanity, just being like forsaken? Like we just don't exist anymore. They kill people and it's just like, oh well, sweep it under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't going for that no more. It's time for us to stand up. I've seen people talk about what they're gonna do, what they want to do, how they want to do it. This is the time now. And it's the time because I say it's the time. This is the time for me. It does not mean it's the time for you. But I know a bunch of families out there that's suffering that it's time for. You can sit back and watch. You can support from the sidelines. We appreciate you. Definitely, definitely. And that's what we're calling for. We're calling for support from the people. We need the people to support in this. It's time for us to stand up. So tonight, that's what I'm bringing to the live. I'm letting the people know my moves, my next move, and how I'm so grateful to be welcomed by this family. I spoke with this family, and man, it's phenomenal. I'm grateful that they're allowing me to speak, that they're allowing the people, the team that I'm with, to be the platform for them. And collectively, we're going to give them what they want. We're there for the family. And when I say that, I mean Marquel supports this family, and we're there for him. The family is straight. They're asking, they're demanding. They're not asking, I mean, they're demanding. And they're demanding the people stand up. So now what are we going to do as the people? We're going to go to Mississippi. We are the people, and the people are going to show up to Mississippi. The people have been summoned to show up to Mississippi. This family is calling out. And the second part of this live, which is going to end at 5:30 and start back at 5:35, we're going to speak to that family, and they're going to reach out to the people, which is the people here. We are the people. This platform is for the people. The team is putting themselves out there for the people. And this family is calling on the people. They're not calling on activists. They're not calling on all these special people to show up with cameras. They're calling on people to stand in solidarity with them. And we're going to do that. My team and I have decided that we will take them up on that. We will accept, and they accept, that we are there just for Marquel. Marquel is out there standing 10 toes down for the people.
That's right.
He's standing 10 toes down by himself with some people.
That's right.
We've informed them we're not coming to post cash apps. We're not coming to post GoFundMe's. What we will do is post their cash app and their GoFundMe, because that is what the family is asking. The family is also asking, well, we'll get into that into the second half. The first half is for me to tell you is that the people that support me, the people that have helped me along the way, the people that have carried me, I bring this to you. I present this to you. And if you've ever stood, if you plan on standing, this is the time where we need you to stand. I need you to stand. I'll go in more details in the second half. Right now, I need y'all to understand where this second half is going to lead. There's going to be some things talked about, some things said that we need to pay attention to. For the people that stand in this fight, for the people that stand in this constant growing battle of the people versus the government, this is the last stand. We're not going to tolerate the abuse, the death of our children, with no concern, no remorse, no justice in it. The cover-ups, the denying of public rights. The team that I'm with has put together a whole platform for these people to speak on. They've made a way for the people to be heard. And when I say the people, that includes us. This platform now will have us all heard. We won't have any activists. We won't have any mainstream people. It will simply be the people expressing their concerns. And that's what they're missing. That's what they're lacking in Mississippi. Their voices aren't being heard. I've spoken with this mother. Her biggest thing is nobody is listening. Her biggest thing is, where's everybody at? And when she told me that, I broke down in tears because I couldn't picture her going through that by herself, going through the death of her son, a 15-year-old, being killed, murdered. And we as the people are not, I've seen no one speak on it, no one share, no one give them the platform, no one give them the room to do that. And that's what we lack as the people. Well, I'll tell you what, we no longer lack that. We the people we will step up. And in stepping up, it's going to mean that we're going to have to support the people in this. We're going to have to support each other. We need you guys. We need you. However your support comes in, we're going to need that. We definitely do. When we bring this family on, they're here to speak their piece. They're here to see if it's real when people say we are the people. These people have invited us there to support them, you guys. That's it. I told them that there's a bunch of people in this world that will support us, that will support them. And that's what they need. At this point, that's the second half. I'm holding a little bit back now because I need to, and I need these families to speak for themselves. I will not speak for them. I will not. That is not my position. That is not what I'm here to do, to speak for them. I'm here to speak with them, to stand with them, provide them any resources I may have. Right now, my resources is through Facebook. You guys are the resources. Y'all stood with me so strong. We need to stand with this family, you guys. We need to stand with this family. I've said long enough. Now it's time for me to move around. People are asking me, what do you plan on? How is that going to help you going down there? Well, this family, they've, with this tragedy in their life, they've been able to reach out to people, and people reach out to them. They're offering me the same resources. This is a family that don't know me, that knew nothing about what was going on with me, and still offer me resources. And the only thing they ask is that if we can bring the people, and we bring them so they can be heard. Can we bring them and make sure they're protected? Can we bring a camera to make sure that the right people are in front of the camera speaking for them?
That's right.
Speaking to them.
That's right.
Yes, we will.
That's right.
We as the people will do that. I've volunteered everybody on my Facebook page for that.
And we come.
I have. So if you're on this live, I volunteered you. Sorry, not sorry. If you're on my Facebook page, I volunteered you because you are the people. And I stand on things that I say, and I expect us as the people to stand on it. This family needs us. These families need us. And I know that once the support comes in from one way, it'll continue to flow. It'll flow and it'll flow, and these families will get the justice. We're just looking to bring light to it. That's it. We're not camera junkies. We're not cash activists. None of that. But we do need your support. We do need your support in this Mississippi battle. I've shared a few things about it, a few articles. Of course, we know how the media will spin things, especially when they're not the Leon's Block independent media. So we know they'll spin things.
Talk about it.
And that's the point of having Marquel tonight. I appreciate it, brother. And the mother of Jaheim. I need y'all to share it. I need her to be heard. My platform isn't 10,000 or 100,000 strong. I'm talking a lot low. I apologize. My platform, this platform, our platform isn't that strong. So if we can get 10 to 20 people to share it and get it to where it has to go, we will get somewhere. These people, this family will be heard. And it would also encourage other people that seek justice in this movement to not jump on the bandwagon, but to try to lead by example. And that's what I'm attempting to do. I guess you can say I'm jumping off the porch. I'm going to Mississippi. I'm going to support this family. And I'm counting on the people to assist in supporting this family. Xavier, yes, sir. We will stand together, brother. I appreciate you. Definitely, definitely. You are needed, brother. You're definitely needed. Thank you, thank you. So that's the synopsis about this next live. We're going to listen to this family, and just like any other legal standings, they're limited to what they can say and what they won't. And we know that from dealing with me and seeing my situation. So we're going to respect this family. They're open to questions. I'm going to try to ask as many as I can to help us understand what's going on. In the midst of that, they need to see that you guys are willing to support us in this in any way possible. And we can start by just sharing it. Let their voice be heard. I'll do minimum talking. Again, it isn't about me. This is the people's platform. I will be quiet and listen. I'll ask the proper questions. We will do this as a unit. Y'all ready? Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it very much, very much. I'm here now, and if there's questions for me, I got them. No answer, no problem. I think everybody really knows where I stand with this, and I'm hoping I can get you guys to get a more understanding once this family tunes in, and we get to getting into this how we should. Let me check this time. So yeah, I need y'all to share. There's a flyer I posted. I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes so I can get in contact with the family now. I know they're ready. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. So I'm gonna log out this live. We're gonna give it about 5 minutes so we can soon, y'all. We can set things up and we can be heard. I appreciate y'all. Let's give this family the respect and attention they needed.